make sure you go scale it. Don't put the seal on until you go out, scale it. And if you're overweight, come back and, you know, do what you got to do.
Yes. You're looking to come to Prime, want to get your CDL. Have my videos played a part in you wanting to get your CDL? Put me down as a referral. Driver code Maturo, M-A-T-U-R-O. Also list Nikki Yost.
Hi guys, I'm a recruiter here at Prime. I've been working alongside Junior for several years. If you would like to come to Prime, we would love if you would list his code and me as your recruiter. We would love to get you in here. Thank you.
If you have any questions, give her a call at 417-521-3598. Thank you guys. All right, so we're here picking up our load, and they gave us a package slip with 2 stops, and they said, what Al?
Make sure you go scale it. Don't put the seal on until you go out, scale it. And if you're overweight, come back and, you know, do what you got to do.
Yes. So we got 2 stops. The first stop, the weight for the first stop, I should say, is all right, so we just moved out the dude's way because he was trying to back up. So they said, go ahead and scale it out and then come back. So the weight for the first one is 23,926. All right, first stop. Second stop, remember we go to the back page. 16,132. What? 26 and 16. That's 42. That's 42 and some change. All right. So 26. No, 23,926 and 16,132. 43 and 16, that's 39. 43 and 16, 39 plus 100 and 900 is 1,000, so that's 40,000 pounds. So total, we got 40,000 pounds according to the bills. But we're gonna go scale out and make sure that we're good legally before we leave. So we got 2 stops. We got seals for both stops, so it's important that we get seals for both stops. If not, we question. After that first stop, they usually give us a seal. Do we put our own seal afterwards or what? So it's always important that we ask, all right? So we got both stops. We confirmed the trailer that we're picking up. So right now we're gonna go get a scale ticket, make sure we're legal, just make sure we're good.
And we're good at 40,000, right? And anything above 40,000, no good.
Well, we should be good. Remember that last load we had 42,000. Okay. We should be good, but we're gonna double check it by scaling it. And then if we're overweight, because last time I was here, I was 40,000, 41, I can't remember, according to what the bill said, and I was overweight twice. Luckily, there's a scale around the corner from here. We'll do that. Hopefully it's good. If it is good, we'll do our department shippers, and you'll be on your way. So, all right. All right, so per the shipper, we have got our scale ticket. We were on the 11th hole, and this is what the weights look like. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see.
Put the seal on, right?
Yeah, so we'll do that here in a minute. So, right here, this is what the weights look like. All right. So, we were in the 11th hole, and we got the weights down to, no, we didn't get them down to, they were 31,400 on the drive axle, 32,420 on the tandems, on the trailer tandems. So what did we just do?
We just shifted the weight
We just shifted the weight.
400 pounds.
Each hole, I always like to account for 400 pounds. Again, me. All right. So we slid the tandems to the back to put more weight on the drives. So now our drives are going to be reading 32,800, and our tandem, the trailer tandems is going to read 32,040 pounds. All right. So now Al just highlighted the stuff that we usually highlight: the destination, bill of lading, trailer number, seal number, and then the pallets, the pieces, and the weight, which is good. And not only that, he confirmed that there's 2 copies. All right. So Al, there's 2 copies, so that way we don't have pages loose everywhere. There's a stapler up here. You know, staple it, and we know that this one is our first drop. All right, so we're gonna say
Stop one.
02. You see I wrote it on the bills, 02? 02. So 0202, guys. So that way when you go to grab the bills, there's no questions that you picked up the right bills. So for the 90, we're gonna do the same thing. Double check the stuff that he highlighted, make sure he highlighted good, which is good. Pallets, pieces, and weight. And there's 2 copies of this. You organize yourself at the front end, you'll be good at the back end, because you're not going to be scrambling to figure out what bills are what, or you know, do you have 2 copies? You're supposed to have 2 copies right off the get-go anyways. So it's important that you double check that, guys. You know, and this one we're going to write 90, 90, just like that. 90, 90. So whenever Al goes to pick up the bills, and let's say he's delivering whatever, you know, he'll pick up the bills and then realize, oh, okay, we're at the 02. Just stapler fill. We're at the 02, or we're at the 90, whatever the case is. So this one's the 90. Let me double check the seal, because you know, I want to make sure. 128, 5117. All right, so we'll keep these together. Then we'll put that in the envelope. We're gonna put the seal. We're gonna leave the seal here by the GPS, so that way we don't forget it. Oh no, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that because we gotta do the depart receiver, depart shipper, I should say. So now we're gonna we're gonna add up the weights. We're gonna add up the pieces, and we're gonna add up the pallets for both stops. And when we do the depart call, we're gonna confirm all that. We've already got the weights, we're good, and we should be good to go after that. We're legal, and that's it. All right, so we just added the pieces. We just added the weight, the pallets, and the pieces for each stop, and it gave us the total. So when we do the depart shipper on the Qualcomm, these are the numbers that we're gonna write. You know what I mean? We have the totals already. So this is the process that we had to go through. The scale that we were going to go to at that pilot, they were being it was being calibrated, so we couldn't use it. I had to find me another scale. Here we are. We're good. So, you got any questions now?
No.
Pretty clear?
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
So right now we're going to add up both sets of the bills, the 02 and the 90, the pieces, the pallets, the weight. This is a dry load. There's no temperature. That's another thing that you didn't highlight, but because there's nothing to highlight. Correct. Yeah. It's a dry load. So it's important. If you ever have any doubts about what you're picking up, you always ask the shipper, hey, is this a dry load? Or what temperature you want me to run it? And they should say dry load. Okay, cool. Sometimes if the product is iffy, or if I think that product should be refrigerated, or maybe there's a product that needs to be refrigerated, I'll ask them to write it on there. Can you write dry load? And they will do that. They should. I mean.
So I just like to make one note, something that I didn't know. You know, maybe other people out there, it might be useful to them. But I asked you before, how is it that the scales are able to determine the steers without you putting the steers on first? You know what I'm saying? And then the drives, and then your tandems. And then you explained to me that the scales are actually in sections.
Correct.
So when you drive up, right, it'll automatically tell you the weight for all three sections, right?
Yes.
Your steers, your drives, and your tandems.
Your trailer tandems, yes.
Okay, so I didn't know that, you know, but so that's good to know. Right.
Yeah, guys. So yeah, it's broken down. Some of these shippers will have a big scale, one solid plate, Al, right, and they'll have you get on the steers. They'll give you a green light. Pull on the steers and the drives, a green light. Now pull the whole truck and trailer on there, green light. And they'll determine those weights individually themselves. Or you have to do it yourself. And that's something that you have to learn to do as well. In this case, at a cat scale, they're broken down into sections. So whenever you get on, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about you having the steers on that steer portion, the drives on the drive portion, and the trailer on the trailer portion. For some reason, that doesn't happen, which has never not happened. Something's wrong. So,
and in case of a reweigh, she asked, is this a first weight or a reweigh?
A reweigh. Good question. So, in cases of reweigh, let's say we have to go back. Well, let's say we adjusted the tandems and we wanted to go back, and I said, make sure. At this point, we're not going to make sure because we're pretty good. We're well under 33,000, so we're good. But in case of a reweigh, you're going to give them that weight number. On the bottom left of the bill of the scale ticket. And you're going to say, she's going to ask you again, you know, first weigh or reweigh? Reweigh. What's your weight number? Or ticket number, they call it. You give them that ticket number, and it's going to cost you, I think, $3.50. This one was $13. Again, I have no problem with doing that.
But could you go to reweigh at another, or does it have to be at the same place where you came to weigh originally? If I have to reweigh.
That's a good question. I want to say, I don't know for sure, but I want to say it's got to be here. Good question. Does anybody know that answer? When you reweigh, can you reweigh at another cat scale, or does it have to be the one where you originally got the scale ticket from? So yeah, guys. So again, we're just gonna do some final touches here. We're gonna do a depart shipper and the live load call, which means that we just got loaded and we're just kind of confirming the information: destination, pieces, pallet, weight, temperature, seal number, trailer number, and then we'll go from there. And then Al will be on his way, and yeah. So. All right, guys. Again, you know, there's a lot of stuff that is happening, and I'm trying to catch as much as I can. Believe me, I'm trying to catch as much as I can while still dealing with, not dealing, but, you know, doing other stuff that I need to be doing, and whatnot. But yeah. Any other questions?
No, I think that's about the only two questions I had.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. So, all right, guys. Hope the video is helpful. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try to answer them on the comments. And yeah, I was doing pretty good. You don't have a choice.
Bitch, I wanna party like Prince calling.